Welcome, cosmic explorers, to another journey into the vast and mysterious universe. Today, we're tackling a question that's both terrifying and fascinating. What would happen if our sun, the very heart of our solar system, suddenly exploded? Grab your metaphorical space helmets because this is going to be an intense ride. First, let's get one thing straight. The sun isn't just a giant light bulb in the sky. It's a colossal nuclear fusion reactor, a star that has nurtured life on Earth for billions of years. Its gravitational pull holds our entire solar system together, from the scorched plains of Mercury to the icy giants beyond. So what happens when this celestial anchor point just vanishes in a blaze of glory? Imagine you're just starting your day. The coffee is brewing, the birds are singing, and the morning light is streaming through your window. Everything feels completely normal. For 8.5 minutes, you would have no idea that the most catastrophic event in human history had already occurred. Why? Because that's how long it takes for light and gravity to travel from the sun to Earth. For 8.5 minutes, we'd be living in blissful ignorance, basking in the last rays of a star that no longer exists. Then, it happens. The sky erupts. Not with a gentle sunrise, but with a blinding, all-consuming flash of light. This wouldn't be like looking at a bright light. It would be like the universe itself became a flashbang grenade. The sheer intensity would be unimaginable, billions of times brighter than a normal day. Anyone unlucky enough to be on the sun-facing side of the planet would be instantly incinerated. The sheer energy hitting the atmosphere would be catastrophic. This initial blast of light is just the opening act. The real horror show begins with a wave of high-energy particles and radiation. A supercharged solar wind, unlike anything we've ever experienced, would slam into our planet. This isn't your average solar flare. This is a celestial tsunami of lethal radiation. It would strip away our atmosphere in moments. The ozone layer, our fragile shield against cosmic rays, would be obliterated. Simultaneously, the temperature would skyrocket. The side of the Earth facing the explosion would be superheated to thousands of degrees Celsius. Rocks would melt, sand would turn to glass, and oceans would begin to boil. The sheer heat would cause the atmosphere to literally catch fire. Our beautiful blue planet would transform into a scorched, molten ball of fire. There would be no hiding, no shelter that could withstand this kind of cosmic furnace. But the destruction doesn't stop there. Remember those 8.5 minutes? That's also how long it takes for the change in gravity to reach us. Just as the planet is being cooked, the gravitational leash holding Earth in its orbit would snap. Our planet, or what's left of it, would be flung out into space like a stone from a slingshot. It would no longer be a planet in a stable orbit, but a rogue, smoldering rock careening into the cosmic void. What about the side of the Earth that was facing away, shrouded in night? They'd be spared the initial flash, but their doom would be just as certain. They would witness the sky on the other side of the world light up like a billion suns. The shock wave of heat would wrap around the globe, and the subsequent atmospheric ignition would spare no corner of the planet. And let's not forget the shock wave. Not a sound wave, but a physical wave of matter and energy from the sun's explosion. This wave would tear through the inner solar system. Mercury and Venus, being so much closer, would be instantly vaporized, consumed by the expanding shell of the dead star. By the time it reaches Earth, this shockwave would be powerful enough to physically shatter our already burning planet. Earth would be broken apart, its molten fragments scattered across the solar system like cosmic shrapnel. So within a matter of hours, Earth would be gone, erased. No more mountains, no more oceans, no more life. Just a cloud of superheated debris where our home once was. What about the other planets? Mars, the next one out, would suffer a similar fate, though perhaps slightly less immediate. It would be sterilized by the radiation, bombarded by debris, and thrown from its orbit. The outer giants, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, would fare a little better, at least initially. Their immense distance would protect them from the immediate fiery blast, but their survival would be short-lived. Without the sun's gravity, the beautifully orchestrated dance of the solar system would descend into chaos. Planets would drift away from their orbits, some flying off into interstellar space, others potentially colliding with each other in a destructive game of cosmic billiards. The entire structure of our solar system would collapse. In the aftermath, darkness would fall. The brilliant light of the supernova would fade over weeks and months, leaving behind an eerie silence. The solar system would be a graveyard. The remaining planets and their moons, now rogue bodies, would begin to freeze. Without the sun's warmth, temperatures would plummet to hundreds of degrees below zero. The atmospheres of the gas giants would freeze and fall like snow onto their surfaces. Any hope of life, even microbial, on moons like Europa or Enceladus, would be extinguished as their subsurface oceans freeze solid. It's a grim, apocalyptic picture, isn't it? The total and complete annihilation of everything we've ever known. But in the grand cosmic scale of things, even an event this destructive is not the end. It's a transformation. From the ashes of our star, something beautiful would be born. The exploded remnants of the sun would form a spectacular glowing nebula, a vast cloud of gas and dust, enriched with the heavy elements forged in the heart of our star and its final explosive moments. These elements, carbon, oxygen, iron, all the building blocks of life, would float through space. Over millions, even billions of years, gravity would slowly work its magic on this nebula. Pockets of gas and dust would begin to clump together, growing denser and hotter. Eventually, in the heart of one of these clumps, a new star would ignite. And around that new star, new planets would form, coalescing from the leftover dust of our own solar system. It's a profound thought. The very atoms that make up our bodies, our planet, were forged in the heart of a long-dead star. The death of our sun would, in the distant future, provide the raw materials for new stars, new planets, and perhaps, just perhaps, new life. The cosmos is a cycle of death and rebirth on a scale that is almost impossible to comprehend. Now, before you start panicking and building an underground bunker, let's bring it back to reality. The good news, the really good news, is that this isn't going to happen. Our sun isn't the right type of star to go supernova. It's not massive enough. Instead, in about 5 billion years, it will slowly swell into a red giant, likely engulfing Mercury, Venus, and possibly Earth. After that, it will shed its outer layers and shrink down into a white dwarf, a faint, cooling stellar remnant. So we're safe, at least for a few billion years. But contemplating this what-if scenario is a powerful reminder of our place in the universe. We live on a tiny, fragile speck of dust, completely dependent on the stability of a single star in a galaxy of billions. It highlights the immense power of the cosmos and the delicate balance that allows life to exist at all. It's a humbling thought, isn't it? It makes you look up at the sky a little differently. That gentle, life-giving sun is also a mind-bogglingly powerful nuclear furnace, and we are fortunate enough to live in its perfect, life-sustaining embrace. Thank you for joining us on this mind-bending journey to the end of the world. If you found this cosmic catastrophe as fascinating as we did, please show your support by hitting that like button. And for more deep dives into the biggest questions of the universe, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. What cosmic what if should we explore next? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious.